Good morning. This is Dr. Tantiachai speaking. Thank you for tuning in and study the Bible with us on the Facebook. Today is Sunday, November 25th, 2018. Is Knowing God 300. So the topic is who do you think Jesus is? That is Matthew chapter 8, verse 23 and 27. Till 27, not end, okay? So, anyway, last week we end up at the time that Jesus about to get into the boat to cross to the other side of the Sea of Galilee. So, at the time, right at that minute, then the scribe come toward him and then want to be his disciple. He said, "Can I follow you? I want to be your disciple." Now, think about it. The scribe, they know everything about the law, but they want to follow Jesus. That meant something. So, however, Jesus tell the scribe that before you follow me, think of what you are about to do. Before you follow me, count your cost. Okay? Now, this is something that warning you and me as well. Do you count your cost? Or you just faking it? Or you just pretending it? Do you really count your cost? And be very careful because it will cost you on me. Okay? Now, so it's alarm us and it's cost us to follow Jesus. It will cost you. But if you don't follow Jesus, it would cost you even more. Okay? More than you can ever dream. You don't want that. Okay? So then there is another disciple after that is coming to Jesus, said, "I will follow you too. But you know what, let me go home and bury my father first." And then Jesus said to them, "Let the dead, the spiritually dead, bury the physically dead. But you follow me." That is a very tough word for a person, you know. But sometimes it's come to you. That is the way it's going to be. Now Jesus remind him that Jesus himself have to take the precedence over everything in your life and mine. That's what he said. For the mission, his mission is that he's on now is very urgent. Whatever he's doing now is urgent, and that any man that want to follow him have to follow him right away. There is no wait a minute. No, Jesus will not wait for you. Okay, so and this principle apply to you and to me at the same time. Okay, so what is the urgent mission of Jesus Christ? Anybody? What is so urgent about that? Jesus says, "You have to come with me now. You can't wait." What is so urgent about? Yes, come on, say anything.
Well, he's on a timeline because he knows. I mean, he knows being God, his ministry length is 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
He had to start getting things in motion for the redemption.
Okay.
Of his people.
The redemption for the people. Okay, Ned said they have timeline. Okay, well that's pretty close to what you said. It's close, that it is. And we can look at Matthew chapter 20, verse 28, or look at Mark chapter 10. That one I'm going to read. Mark 10:45. It said, "For the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and give his life a ransom for many." Okay, to come to give his life. In other words, he come to die for you. Okay, so from this passage that Jesus came to the world is one purpose only, to die for the sin of man, for the salvation, and that is urgent. Why is so urgent then? You said the timeline, right? Just think about this. Is there anything that more urgent and more important than the salvation of man? We live here about 70 years, 80 years, and it's passed away really fast. Yesterday, I'm just a beautiful little boy. Look at me now. You know, I'm getting old, and I didn't look as pretty as I used to be, right? Time go by fast, and then a blink of an eye, we all gone, okay? And then where you going to go, that is different, okay? So There's nothing more important than the salvation of man. If the salvation of man is so urgent, so important to Jesus Christ, He is God, wouldn't it be important to you? Would it not important to you and to me? Yes? If it's important to you and to me, why are we so lazy? We don't move. Why? That is the thing you have to answer. We are just indifferent. Okay, I'm going to come back and touch it. Now, Jesus want us. This is very kind of Jesus that He wants us to be part of this great mission of His. He allow us to be a part of it in order to carry this urgent mission. So He must be the number one in our life. The priority have to be Him first. That's what He said. Okay. Therefore, when we present Jesus to anybody, we present Him as the only Savior of mankind. He is the only one that can save you. No one else. Okay? No any other religious leader that able to save you but Jesus Christ. Not underneath this sky, underneath earth. Only one name, Jesus. Period. He alone can save man from condemnation. And even this, we tell them people, even you tell about Jesus is gonna upset your father, maybe upset your mother, maybe dividing your family, so be it. Okay? Now, that is not to be harsh. It better is for them to offend them now and let them go to hell later. I have people, several of them, okay, they're telling me, wait until my parents go gone, and then I will accept Jesus Christ. What a word. Wait until my parents die and then I accept Jesus Christ? I said, you must love your parents, huh? You don't want to upset them. Oh, yes, we are. I said, you are just a liar. Okay? Now, this, I said it to them. Because they're lying to themselves. I said, why don't you accept Jesus Christ now and tell your father, your mother about Jesus so they can go to heaven with you? In other words, that you want your parents to go to hell and then you can go to heaven later. What a selfish people. They say, well, you may be right. Yeah, I am right. Not you may be right. I am right. Okay? So that a lot of people didn't think like that. So if you love the unsaved parent or you love someone that you love, offend them now. Okay? It's okay. Lead them to Christ. Okay? So I have to talk a little bit louder so people over there in Thailand can hear it, okay? So not just only here, we have a lot of people in Thailand, and I know I have a big mouth, so I'm going to say it, okay? Since I have to prepare for 20, 30 hours a week, I'm going to be sure that the most people can hear it. I want to be sure that I do anything, okay? So, if we say that we love them and we're doing nothing, we are nothing but a liar, okay? We lie to ourselves, we lie to our loved one, and we lying to God. And if you're lying to God, you might as well just forget about Him, okay? So, that is the thing that 1 John word 4, 18. Now, in other words, the love of God is not in you, okay? If you think you are that way. So, 1 John 4:18, it said, there is no fear in love, but the perfect love casts out fear. Okay? Because fear involves punishment, and the one who fear is not a perfect in love. I mean, this is my word. I don't love this word. The first person I ever witnessed to is my grandfather. He's 84 years old. When I'm a little boy, I stab somebody with a pencil and I get whipped 12 times on my little leg by my grandfather and it bled. And he said, you have a black heart. Yes, I did. Okay? And the day that in, December 23, 1984, when I walked inside into the my grandfather's house, that fear coming back, that little boy come back. I am so fearful of him because he don't like religious. But you know what? I love him more than that. You can beat me, my grandfather, but I'm going to tell you about Jesus. And that's the first one that I talked to about Jesus Christ. And you know what? I tell you the result. He accepted Christ that very day. The first person. All I know is Jesus died for you. And that's it. I don't know as much. That years ago when I first become the Christian. Now, there must be an urgency in the service of Jesus Christ today. Many of us is so indifferent, complacency. It's just inert, inert, like a book. Sit down here and just nothing. Like dead. We Christians today as like dead. We are not living. We are not telling nobody about Jesus. We have no care about it. Oh, I am going to go to heaven, be with Jesus. Well, that's their problem. No. It's your problem. That thing going to come back and asking you in the last day, what have you done with that person? What have you done with Jesus? That you know that saving you. You let people go down to hell one at a time and you didn't even tell them? Mercy. There's a song, have mercy, okay? That's what new kid on the block, okay? So today is the day of salvation, not tomorrow, not the next minute, right now. That is Isaiah 55 verse 6 to verse 7. You guys hear this word before. Seek the Lord while he can be found and call upon his name when he is near. Seek him and while you stand can call his name. There's a time you wouldn't able to move your mouth. Accept him while you stand, have a chance. There's a time you're going to lose your conscience. You're going to lying down there waiting for your the time of death. Okay? That seek him now. Okay? So let the wicked forsake his way and the unrighteous man his thought. And let him return to the Lord, and he will have compassion on you, him, okay? God will have compassion. And to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. God is a God of forgiveness. Isn't that wonderful? We have a God like that. Romans said this. Romans chapter 13, word 11. Do this and knowing the time. Knowing the time. Don't just let the time go by. Every minute it counts. Be conscious in that time. And that is already the hours for you to awake from sleep. Wake up, Christian. Time to wake up. Okay, we sleep too long. Okay, you're dreaming too long. You walk and dreaming. Wake up. And then for now, the salvation is nearer to us than when we believe. Whoa. It has some kinds of statements. What Paul said is that we aware of the time for our salvation is coming closer and closer every minute in our life. This thing is getting to how many tense do you understand? Salvation have 3 tense, right? Past, present, and future. What is the past tense of salvation? Yes, come on. Still then?
God saved us.
Yes, he saved us from what?
Sin.
From sin. The penalty of sin. All P, okay? 3 P. Okay? P, the first one, he saved us from the penalty of sin. He died for us on the cross. That Jesus died for us. Okay? Number 2 is present tense. What? God saved us from what? Another P. The Holy Spirit saved us from the power of sin. The second P is power. The first one, penalty. The third one is God saved us what? Another P. Presence of sin. God himself. When you go up to heaven, there is no sin. Not even one spot. So 3P. Remember, I'm going to come back and ask you guys again, okay? For the believer, we will see Jesus sooner every day. The day is come. 1 minute closer. Every minute I'm passing through. 1 minute closer, we're going to see Jesus. Okay. For the unbeliever, the chance of your salvation shorter and shorter every minute. Okay. Be careful because death comes sooner than you ever dream. Okay. You don't know when you're going to die. Maybe in the next minute. Accept Jesus Christ and thou shalt be saved. Okay? Now, for Jesus Christ, he'll come anytime. Sooner, every minute too. The next minute, we don't know when, but the time is already set, like you said, time. Okay? Now, Luke said this, and Luke 20 verse 40 said, you to be ready for the Son of Man is come at the hour that you will not expect. You don't even know when he will come. He will not tell you, because nobody know but the Father, he said. Okay? Oh, surely Jesus know, he got to. Okay? Revelation said, and Jesus said, yes, I come quickly. Quickly, I'll come quickly. So, as far as I said, amen, come Lord Jesus. Therefore, we should not muddle, M-U-D-D-L-E, muddle the water and confuse yourself that we are so ineffective in what really matters. You are effective. Whatever you know about Jesus Christ, you can use what you know that can save you, can save others as well. You're not any better than other people, wouldn't you? Okay. So, if what you know saved you, what you know can save the other. So go and tell. Go and tell the, whatever the song said. Okay? So, 2 Timothy 1 to verse 7 said, for God did not give us the spirit of what?
Fear.
Fear. Yeah. Timidity. Cowardice. God did not give you the shrinking back. What was shrinking? What? There's a word. No, spirit of fear.
Shrinking violet.
Yes, not shrinking violet. That's what I'm trying to say. But he gave us the spirit of power, of love, and discipline. Oh, and that is powerful. God in you, so he got the power. So what are you fear about? Matthew recording the. Now we come back to the text. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about Matthew, another miracle in chapter 8, verse 23 to 27. But from 18 to 27, that dealing with the cause involving what is gonna follow Jesus Christ or be his disciple. Okay. Now what it gonna cost you? Namely, to follow Jesus will cost you everything. Everything concerning you, and it is urgency, and he is to be the priority of your life, and the faith must be unreserved in him and everything, every circumstances, every situation, because he is adequate. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, and his grace is sufficient for you and for me. Okay, so now come to the text after all this introduction. Are you ready for this? Okay, we're going to go into the boat now. Then Jesus, verse 23, said, Jesus get into the boat and the disciples follow him. Oh, is that not just simple? Do you know anything about the Sea of Galilee, anybody? The Sea of Galilee is a small little sea, okay? It's about 13 miles long from north to south, and then wide is about 8 miles. 8 miles, not very long, and no, it's small. In the Jordan's valleys, there is a deep cliff going to the surface of the earth, and the Sea of Galilee is in this cliff, and it's about 680 feet below the sea level. Okay, so the place is just like in the cliff. It can be beautiful, just like pocket water. Pocket wilderness that you in there, okay, can be beautiful, and the sunshine beautiful, and it can be very dangerous. Why? The west side of the sea is Galilee, is a hill and a valley and a gully, and when the cold wind come from the west, and then the valleys and the gullies, it act like a giant funnel. Okay, that when the wind blow right there, rush like a gigantic tunnel, let's go, and then on the sea, and then create a big storm. It can come anytime. So with this unique setup of the geography, the Sea of Galilee can be a very difficult, unpredictable concerning its condition. You can't predict it. So the calm 1 minute and the next minute would be a raging storm. The storm of Galilee, Sea of Galilee, combined with the suddenness and violence is unique. Now, this is Dr. Christie that spent the time in the Galilee, and is saying this, that during this storm, the wind seemed to blow from every direction, okay? And then it's rushed down to the narrow gorge and in the hill and strike right the angle of the water. And he said, there's one occasion, there's a lot of people going to see Galilee and just look at beautiful. Said, what are you talking about the Bible? They're talking about sea that, oh, so bad. The minute they said that, immediately the wind is sprang up. Within 20 minutes, the sea was white at a foam crest wave. And great billow broke into the tower at the corner of the city wall, and the visitor was compelled to seek the shelter from the blinding spray. And that, even though that's about 200 yards away from the lake. And that is a tremendous talking. Now, and then it get up in the sea, and then word 24, it said, behold, there is rose a great storm at the sea, or on the sea, and then the boat is been covered with the wave, and Jesus himself sleep. Oh, love him. We just love him. Just listen. Now, it says, the miracle have had nothing to do with the healing. It's just right now, he's going to deal with the nature. He has power over the nature. And this is a violent storm, and the storm here comes the Greek word seismos, seismos, which means earthquake. Did you ever been in earthquake? You guys never been there? I've been there. It's not fun. Run, baby, run. With the earthquake, you don't run. Now, at one time, the light turned on by itself. It scared me. Now, the wave is so high that the boat was hidden in the throat, and then this is of the high peak of the wave. Over the boat. Now, Jesus sleep in the bed, in the boat. Did he really sleeping, or well? You think he look at what Mark said concerning activity of Jesus? Why did he sleep in the bed? Mark said that in Mark chapter 4, word 1. Word 1. He began to teach on the sea, and so such a very large crowd gathered to him that he had to get into the boat in the sea and sit down, because so many people, he can't stand over there. So he moved away and sit in the boat and then teaching from there. And the whole crowd by the sea on the land. That word 1. And then go 2, 3, 4, 5 until word 35. He preaching all this time, and on that day, when the evening come, oh, you teaching all day long? Did you guys ever sit down all day long teaching, listen to those all day long? Dr. Leitner, Dr. Hannah, these people, when I'm in seminary, start from 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock. Lord, I don't know how they do it. Teaching all day long. I want to sleep. I have to do like this to keep my eye open, you know. Jesus teach all day long or stand over there. And so after that, in the evening come, he said to the people, let's go to the other side of the lake, okay? And from this passage, we see that due to the great multitude, he used the boat as a pulpit. He used the boat as a pulpit. No television, okay? People as 1,000. Well, he have to scream, wouldn't you? Talk too loud. So anyway, Jesus and disciples get into the boat, cross to the other side of the sea, no doubt. At that time, he is tired. The minute he came to the boat, boom, he just sleep. Isn't that amazing? Now, and then here Dr. McGee said, Dr. McGee, very good observation. He said he believed that this is not ordinary storm. And we talk again later. They're created by the Satan to destroy Jesus and the disciple. At the temptation, he said, after the temptation, he left, right? Did he left for good? Did Satan left Jesus for good? No. When is he going to come back again?
Well, there's the Last Supper. He entered Judas.
Mm-hmm. He come back anytime.
Yeah.
Any moment he got a chance, he will come back. So he believed that this is one of his trick. The devil left him for the season for not long, but he will come, especially the time that Jesus is so weak. When you weak, that's the time to attack, okay? Now, notice that Jesus sleep, sound to sleep. This is one of the most beautiful scenes that Matthew gives it to us, the scene of the humanity of Jesus Christ. Another one that when he thirsty, Remember, Samaritan woman in Gospel of John, he's thirsty. Now he's sleeping. He's tired, okay? That he's human. So he can sleep even in the middle of the storm. Now, if you ever been in the sea and with a big wave beating over, splashing, gushing the water on the boat there, you would scared to death. Did you ever be in a boat like that? I've been there many times with my father from Malaysia back to Thailand in the Indian Ocean. That's every time in the evening coming back, I am soaked with water. The wave would beating into the boat. One time when I'm about 7 years old, it beat hard enough. I am flying out from the boat and my dad grabbed me back. Oh, thank you, my God. Thank you. That's why I trust my dad so much. My dad is powerful. With one hand, so many times, one hand pull me right back. I said, otherwise I'm being a little fish in there. The fish will eat me up, okay? So, the Bible talking about it, the storm or the sea that is being covered with the wave, the boat, okay? So, this is so high, the storm is, anyway. So, word 25 said, and then the disciple come and said to Jesus and woke him up and said, Lord, save us, we are perishing, we are dying, okay? Now, this is Matthew said, I like Mark better. Mark is just so expressive. He said, and there arose a fierce gale of the wind, and the wave was breaking over the boat, and so much that the boat was already filled up with water. And then Jesus was in the stone, stone on the back of the boat, asleep on the cushion. I love it. Sleep on the cushion, on the pillow. Okay, soft pillow, is sleep. And they come and woke him up. Said, Jesus, said, teacher, said, wake up. Don't you care that we are dying? He said, do you not care? What a sarcastic, this disciple. Don't you care? You care about us? Now, okay. Now we know about the story. Observation, okay? Let's observe, see what, you can add it in if you observe something. This is what I can see. Okay, now, Jesus sleeping, number one. So the storm was raging storm, is so fierce and it's powerful. And then disciples were panicked. Jesus sleep. What a contrast. One is sleep quietly, peacefully. The other 12 is just dying. That's a contrast. Okay, keep that picture. Number two, that we are impressed by the fact that Jesus need to sleep. That is 100% man. He is a man, but at the same time, he also God. Okay, he's a God man. Okay, so his sleep from the weariness is the normal for the human being, even in an unlikely place. I have to sleep in my bed and turn to the right side, then I can sleep. But you know what? When I'm dead tired, I sleep on the train where the seat put back together. I sleep on the top. That's where I sleep. I sleep and snore. Okay. Now, when you're tired like that. So, Bruce says that it was sleep of one worn, okay, W-O-R-N, worn by the intense life that involving constantly strain of the body and mind. He on the move all the time. Jesus is on the move. He healed 1,000 and go one to the other, and no 1 minute that Jesus didn't use. Okay, so number three, Jesus could sleep in the midst of the storm, suggested that the peace of mind. He trusting heart in the love and sovereignty of God the Father, so nothing would disturb him. Now, can we do that? We have God in there. Okay. Number four, Jesus undoubtedly knew the storm was coming, and certainly he could prevent it, but he didn't. So he can use this incident to teach his disciple. Okay. The last one, observation. We may say that Jesus knew about his missions, what his mission was. He knew it. And he came to die for man's sin on the cross, not to die and drown in the Sea of Galilee. Right? He knows. I come to do my Father's will. So if he know that, do you think he's going to scare of that storm? Okay? So now, throughout the gospel, Jesus always said that my hour did not come. My hour not yet come. Okay? All the way down in Gospel of John. You look at that when the mother said, what are we going to do? We don't have any more wine. Okay? The guest over here. He said, woman, what should I do with you? My hour is not yet come. The mother said, do what he's telling you to do. Okay, that's a good word. Now, but then when it comes to John chapter 17, he said, now the hour is coming. John chapter 17, verse 1, Jesus spoke this thing, and then he lifted up his eye unto heaven and said, Father, the hour has come. Glorify your Son, and that your Son may glorify you. Oh, what a beautiful thing. That for all of these reasons, Jesus was able to sleep in the unusual place, in the rocking boat. I like the rocking boat. It sounds, like you're rocking the baby, rocking by, This is rocking. I mean, a really rock and roll in the boat, okay? It's not a rocking the baby in the midst of the raging sea. Now, why Jesus sleeping on the rocking boat? The disciples scared to death, okay? So that's why he come, save us, we dying, okay? Now, Mark more expressive, he said, do you not care that we are dying? I like that, it's just so sarcastic, the disciple when it comes to that. Now, keep in mind that these disciples they are very experienced fishermen. They do a fisherman for all their life. They know what a storm is, and they get used to this, and they always can find their way back home. They know what to do, okay? But this time it's different. The storm is so violent, and they convinced within their heart, they are doomed. They are gonna die, surely die. You will surely die, okay? So, because of this, they would wake Jesus up. Think carefully, okay? The disciples evidently have enough faith that in Jesus, because they come to Jesus and ask, Lord, save us. If they don't have faith, they would come? No. So the Lord save us. But they believe that Jesus is the Lord. They can save him. That is a faith. Okay? We cannot underestimate what they are. So since Jesus in the same boat, in the same sea, in the same storm, surely he can do something, right? That's why they come. But they don't know what Jesus is going to do. Save us. So Jesus turned around and then said to the disciple, why are you so afraid? You men of the little faith. And he got up and rebuked the wind and the sea, and it become perfect calm. Whoa! Now, Dr. Warren Wiersbe said the storm came because they obeyed Jesus Christ, and not that they did not disobey him. The storm came because they obey, not disobey. Okay? Not like Jonah. God said, Jonah, go to Nineveh. I said, no, I'm going to this way. Okay? Then they throw him in the water, the fish eat him. Okay. Now, that's not what it is. So Jesus, actually, I wrote a long way comparing Jesus and Jonah, but we don't have time for those. Now, Jesus was asleep because he rests confident in the will of the Father, and this is what the disciple and us have to learn. Learn and trust him. Trust and obey, for there is no any other way. Okay, I don't want to sing for you this song, okay? I can sing, but you don't want to hear me now. So instead, they become frightened and accuse Jesus of not caring. Matthew warned the reader to have the contrast between the little faith of the disciple and the big faith of who? We study about the big faith, the great faith. Whoa, I never see any great faith like this in the Israel. Who is that one? Centurion, the Gentile centurion. He wanted to compare it. Matthew is a great writer. God is the one that even inspire him. So here, Jesus is not rebuked the disciple for waking him up or praying to him to save us. Let him pray, save us. No, like Peter said, pray. One pray, help! You gotta help. No, that pray, okay? So, but it's disturbed him because his disciples so fearful. That's what disturbed Jesus. That's what Jesus rebuked him. For the disciple in the same boat which Jesus was in, surely the boat wouldn't sink on one side of the disciple and then float on Jesus' side, wouldn't you think? Right? Okay, it wouldn't be like that. So, besides that, there will not be much of a chance of the boat to go down when the sons of God is in the boat. So, like I said before, the Messiah didn't come to drown and die in the Sea of Galilee. That's not what the prophecy that put it in predict about Jesus Christ. No. He's going to die on the cross. That's exactly what Isaiah said, okay? So, as we know the fact that Jesus was in the boat with the disciple, and then when we look back, the boat will never sink with him in it. In contrast with us, the believer today, Jesus is where? With you? Sitting with you here? In us too? In here. Jesus is in my heart, it's in your heart. So we all little Jesus inside there. That's why we need to love one another, because Jesus in there, you don't love me, you don't love Jesus, then you are not a believer. So you have to love me. That's it. So, there will be time, this is, where am I? Okay, there will be time that we will face the storm of life. Every one of us, okay? But he has promised that he never leave us, he never forsake us. He promised that to work all things out for our own good and for his glory, and to bring us to himself blameless, not even spot of the dot, no wrinkle, for himself. Oh, that's wonderful. Can you see me? I'm a blameless, no spot on the hair. It's all beautiful. However, we all know the truth, and still we worry. Okay? That's because we lack of faith. So, we will do well if we pray with the disciples, said, Lord, increase our faith. Like Thomas says, Lord, help us to believe the thing that we cannot believe. That's what Thomas says. I love Thomas. Thomas is a great confessor, not a great doubter. No. Don't say that about Thomas. Okay? Dr. J. Vernon McGee said this. Jesus rebuked the disciple for lack of their faith, and then he go rebuke the wind. The word rebuke here, it means muzzle. You know, muzzle, M-U-Z-Z-L-E. Put something on, cover your mouth, okay? Like put something on the horse, the mouth, the dog, or something like that. He said he controlled the wave like he can put the muzzle on the dog, okay? And the wave would smooth him out. It's because it's it do the rebuke the wind and the sea. Okay, so anyway, Jesus controlled the wave, and although it's true that men exhibit a little faith, you think that Jesus said, "You little faith." Really, at times, he said because they're fearful. But later, after Jesus died in the book of Acts, okay. That is the storm is the persecution is come back, okay, and that we can find no word in the record that the disciples said, "Lord, help us, we are dying." Never said that, okay. In Acts chapter 4 verse 29 said, and now this is now it said, "Now Lord, take note of their threat." You know, they're threatening the disciple. They're gonna kill him, okay. And grant that your servant, the disciple, to speak your word with all the confidence. They not say that help us. They said grant us the power, the courage to speak things with the confidence. Now, Jesus get up and rebuked the wind and the sea, and then the sea become calm. Jesus spoke to the wind and the sea, and all of a sudden it become perfectly calm. That is, there's no wind blowing, it's smooth like glass. And Jesus did not merely quiet the wind and the sea, he rebuked it, okay? Now, this together with the great fear of the disciple of what Jesus would encounter at his destination, led some to believe this, okay? The great fear, and then they know the sea, the disciple, and Jesus, encounter with this, stop and still, okay? With all these things together combined, some people, I do believe too, that it's demonic, it's spiritual attack on the storm. The Satan is the prince of the power of the air, okay? Beautiful name, but boy, what a terrible thing. Use the violent storm, try to drown Jesus and the disciple at the same time. Defeat the purpose of God prevent the salvation of this ruined people, the sinner. Okay? William Barclay said this. The meaning of the story of Jesus Christ stopping the storm in the Galilee, the real meaning is that wherever Jesus is, the storm of life would be what? Calm. What?
I said calm.
Calm. Right. Correct. Be calm. Be still. It means that in the presence of Jesus Christ, the most terrible tempest would turn into peace. Okay? There would have no peace in this world until Jesus comes. You can have as many meetings as you wanted to in European community. President Trump going over and over again. Look at what a mess that they're doing today. Look at what happened to France. They protest and all these things because of gas price. No peace. They killed one another. Look at it. Black Friday, they beat one another up for the television. Oh, poor thing. Now, when the storm of life shake your soul, shake your body, Jesus Christ is there. And in his presence, the raging storm turned into peace, and no storm can ever take that peace away. No storm can take that peace away from you. Last word. Oh, the man so amazing that he said, what kind of man is this that even the wind and the storm, the sea obey him? What is this? And the disciple amazed the power displayed over the nature. And then, what kind of man is this? Okay? So, who can do this? Who can this be? There was who can this be? Mary, did you know who is this baby gonna be? You remember that song? That it can only be who?
God.
It's the Lord. It's the Lord walking on the water. It's the Lord, Jehovah, the only one God who has this power and authority. Psalm 89, word 8 and 9 said, "Oh Lord God." Now listen to this psalm. It's amazing. The Lord, oh God of hosts, who is like you, Almighty Lord, that your faithfulness also surrounded you. Listen to this word. You rule the swelling of the sea. When the wave is rise, you stop them. Psalm 89, word 9. Who is that doing that? Psalm is thousands of years before Jesus Christ come. Right there become reality. So the span of only a few minutes of this disciple with Jesus Christ, they saw his completely 100% humanity of Jesus Christ. He sleep, tired, and at the same time, stop the storm. Not in the name of love. Stop the storm. Still the storm. That's not Dana Ross. Okay, okay. Stop the storm. So they saw Jesus of who he is, the truly God and truly man. Okay, Matthew 16, verse 13, 17 said, "Now when Jesus came into the district of Caesarea Philippi, and he asked the disciple, 'Who do the people say the Son of Man is?' And they said, some said, well, John the Baptist, another one said Elijah, another one said Jeremiah, and some said a prophet. But Jesus said, 'But who do you think I am?'" Okay. Love Peter, Simon Peter. If Peter not in the book, is have no fun, right? I just love him more than he more fun. So Peter said, "You are the Christ, the sons of God, of the living God." So Jesus said, "Blessed are you, Simon Barjona," said, "because flesh and blood did not reveal this to you, but my Father who is in heaven that telling you." Okay. Ooh. So the question is, who do you think Jesus is? I'm asking you, who do you think Jesus is? Is he a God? Is he your God? Or is he just die? He died on the cross for your sin? Is he do that? Did he did it? Or he just a mere man that the Bible writing, just a story for you to listen? He is a teacher, prophet, Elijah? What? What is he to you? Is he your God? Now, I hope he is your God and he is your Savior. that you can rest your mind in peace, that He will see through, that your life would be good. He, what? Who begin the good work in you will perfect you until the day He come. He will, for His glory. And that is for the end of today. And thank you for listening. God bless you all and have a good day. Thank you.